I started a show on which we discuss our cultures, like
yeah.
kind of podcast or interview.
Okay.
So I will ask few questions, and you can also ask about India, about our culture.
It's a bit early in the morning for too much,
Okay, yeah, I understand. That's why I like hesitate to ask you. Sorry
it's
for.
okay. No,
sorry,
it's
sir.
okay.
So can we ask, means where are you from?
Norway.
Huh?
I'm from
Norway.
Norway,
Oh,
yeah.
like you, Magnus Carlsen, that a chess player guy.
Yeah. He's a chess world champion.
Yeah, world
that's
champion.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we people know that Norway. And what's your name, sir?
Torvald.
What?
Torvald.
To-
Torvald.
Towel.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So
And your name?
Gaurav.
Go.
Gaurav.
Goran.
Gaurav.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So you make pictures from Varanasi, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I am making, but that thing is also interesting to meeting with new people, talking with them, creating new stories.
That's good.
Because we don't know about anything Norway and the people of Norway.
Yeah.
So I just want to know what we know about Norway is Magnus Carlsen, and just that's it. So if you want to say anything about Norway, why somebody visit?
Well, difficult to say. It's too much and too little to say, Well, there's been COVID and
Yeah.
war and everything. It's good to come back to India and feel some normality again.
Okay. So what do you find here in India? Like
A lot.
a lot. Okay.
I've been staying with Naga Babas and
Okay.
I have a wife from Kerala.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah. So you married here while
I
living?
met her in Norway, but we live in Norway.
Okay.
But we visit parents and we visit family and everything.
So these kinds of stories, if I share with my audience, these stories are very fascinating and they will find very interesting. Maybe they will learn also a different thing.
There's a lot to learn, yes. There are many in-between stories,
Yeah.
North and South India is quite different. A lot is the same, but a lot is very different also.
Yeah.
Sadhus and Naga Babas you don't find in the South in the same way. You don't find these walking sacred people or these ascetic.
या क्या ना अंग्रेजी एकदम आसान भाषा है कुछ नहीं आया ना तो या बोल देने का या
It's in the same way. You find the temple priests and that's it, But the temples are very different also.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And what about food? You like Indian foods?
Of course, I love it.
And
A little bit less in the morning, but from lunchtime I love it.
like, what is your favorite food?
All kinds of curries actually.
Achha, all kinds of curries,
Yeah,
like
that's
chicken
why.
curry, mutton.
Everything.
Oh, okay, everything.
Both vegetarian and non-vegetarian. Here in Varanasi, it's only vegetarian food.
Yeah.
South India,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
everything.
Yeah. That Hyderabadi biryani and all the
Well,
things.
yeah,
Kerala
that's-
curry.
That's also, and there are special local traditions.
Yeah, of course. And what you do, sir?
I'm teaching at university
Where, sir?
in Bergen, Norway.
Okay, Belgian, Norway.
Yeah.
So, what your specified teacher means? What kind of subject you teach?
Philosophy and social science.
Oh, that's very interesting. Means
Yeah.
definitely, if you will make a video, that will be hour and hour because of philosophical teaching. So we will get lots of views.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a lot of interesting things to study. I've been doing field work among Naga Babas. This time I'm just coming back for a short visit to revive things, take it up again,
Okay,
but
I understand.
earlier
yeah.
with the Kumbmela and
Okay. So this is your means. For how many times you visited India?
I forgot. I don't really know.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not so important.
Yeah. Definitely, it's not. So
But
important.
it's like some time ago now because of the corona, Used to go every year, but now it's 3 years ago
3 years ago.
and 4 years ago since I visited Varanasi.
Okay.
It's all because of the
Yeah.
restrictions,
Yeah. Because of that COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So-
good to be back again.
Yeah. So what do you find means living with Naga Sadhus, and what you understand means about life, means how it is different from us and Naga?
Well, I think I think there are some very basic issues coming up.
Yes.
existence and personal strength and transgression and all that, you know.
Okay. It's
You
very
know, they transgress everything, including caste society. You know.
yeah, definitely. And
So
in
that's
India,
interesting.
it is a major problem.
And they
Caste.
do things which others would be ashamed of with inner strength.
Of course.
And they have command a lot of respect, you know, even if people think they don't like them, they have to respect them. You know?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't want to be liked. They just go for the respect.
Of course, means they do not like partiality. They do not do any partiality. Nagas, for them everything is equal, even that is dead or living.
Yeah. They seek this kind of transgression of life-death issues also.
Yeah.
That's why they situate down in the burning gods or in graveyards and
Yeah.
close the corpses. And,
Yeah. So that's very interesting. Like you're talking and living, spending time with them.
Yes.
Yeah. So what specific thing you teach in philosophy?
Well, I run courses about basic philosophical issues in social sciences, you know.
Okay, sciences.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Like political science,
Okay, political.
sociology, anthropology, and
Okay,
so on.
anthropology.
Yeah,
also.
like that.
Okay. So if I ask few questions like, what your take on spirituality? Like, for you, what is spirituality?
That's a very interesting question because in the West we automatically interpret it in a Christian way, whether we want it or not, you know.
Yeah.
And it includes a lot of saintly behavior and pure behavior.
Yeah,
If you look at,
politeness.
everything like that,
Yeah,
and that's very opposite to what many sadhus, especially the Naga Babas, do, you know.
Yeah.
They go for the dirt
Sadhana and different.
and they show a lot of temperament and a
Yeah.
lot of fire, you know. They
Yeah,
are
yeah.
weapons and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can be
yeah.
rude and everything, you know.
Yeah.
They are not pure at all.
Yeah, you can say. Yeah, you can say. Definitely.
That's interesting. So spirituality is a very different thing.
Yeah.
Here and in the West, we have our Christian.
Okay.
Whether we are Christians or not, we are culturally Christian in our interpretations.
Yeah.
That's inhibition for us to understand.
Okay.
An inhibition to understand, yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting. And if I ask another question, for you, what is the real meaning of freedom?
Well, that's difficult question, you know, because the paradox in the West is that everybody think they are free. They don't have so many formal constraints, but everybody end up doing the same.
Yeah.
Meaning there are so much inner discipline, you know.
Yeah.
That's the deep problem there, you know.
Yeah.
And in India, it's more like a word discipline, like connected to caste, for example. If you belong to a caste, there's something you do, something you don't. And it's very obvious on the surface, but I think the possibility...
Restriction.
Yeah, obvious restrictions.
Yeah.
But I think the possibility of transgression is more present here. And you see it along the gods with the Naga Babas all the time. They represent it in many ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Although they have their own internal rules, of course, which are different then.
Okay.
But that's more about taking it seriously, what they are doing.
Yeah, definitely. They are like, you can't come in their way. If you come, so that is bad for you.
That's what they learn from their elder gurus when they are young, you know. Take it that seriously, what you are doing.
Yeah. Very strict.
That's the only basic rule, you know.
Yeah. So maybe because there are lots of ways to become enlightened, and Naga is a way. So we don't have to say, means this is the only way we have to be enlightened or become spiritual.
Not at all. They represent possibilities, you know. You see many possibilities like that. Like in the West, you see so many, like what you think is possibilities, but they are not really there, you know. They just represent versions of the same normality, you know.
Of course.
And if you break away from that normality, you will also be hit by something, you know.
Of course.
Definitely. It also goes for the university, you know, the way you are thinking and doing things, you know.
Yeah. Because
and especially now, later days, you know, with the COVID and the war situation in Europe, it has really restricted not only the freedom of thought, but the freedom of speech, you know. There's so much limitations to what you can say.
Of course.
So people are not thinking anymore, basically. So that's why it's so beautiful to feel the normality again in India, you know.
Yeah.
doesn't really need to do so much.
Of course.
That's a point also, not doing too much.
Of course,
Just
of course.
be here.
Yeah. Just be with that flow. Go with that flow.
Like, okay, now I'm going to have some food and that's it.
Okay. Thank you so much giving your precious time. Thank you so much.
What was your name again?
Gaurav?
Gaurav.
Gaurav.